9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
I was like, what day is it? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad. Welcome to WWT Live, the Wednesday edition. I am not alone, but before I introduce my special co-host, our super chats are open. So for $2 or more, you can ask what undisclosed location I'm at, what undisclosed location says that, and all of that good stuff as well. If you have yourself a NordVPN, or if you're looking at getting some PLEs and you don't want to spend all this money on all these platforms, go and get yourself NordVPN. Use the promo code WWT and get 77% off. So like I said, I am not alone. My special co-host, Keish, is in the building. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So many things to talk about, so many theories to talk about. I'm debating if we should discuss what we discussed at the end, because there's so many theories. But a shout out to Eric in the chat. First and foremost, because he thinks that we don't love him. He thinks that because he's in the streets all the time, that we will not say a happy pre-birthday. So technically we are the pre-birthday of it to the mayor. It's the mayor's birthday tomorrow. So make sure you go and send him DMs all day today and all day tomorrow and say happy pre-birthday, and then tomorrow go and say happy birthday. He's been with us since, when was WrestleMania in Los Angeles?
I don't even know.
4 years ago? I think it's four-ish years ago, I think. So he's also celebrating his anniversary with WWT. So definitely grateful for him. Go and check out the interview that he did with Ariane, and more interviews from Poundtown Wrestling is coming to light. I believe have you met the mayor? I feel like you met him for a short period of time. Did you not?
I don't think I have. I've met the councilman. I'm making my way. Maybe.
Okay. Yes, he is a ball of fun.
Okay, cool. I feel like
so definitely happy birthday to him. The reason I say happy birthday because we don't have a show tomorrow. So definitely go and shout him out, say all the delightful things for the mayor and his birthday. Now we're done with that part of things. Like I said, hey Aaron, welcome. Now, I know y'all, because you told me this, Keish, so I'm not trying to put you on blast. I know y'all think Keish is a baby, but she's not.
I know.
Black don't crack. So do you know who Cyndi Lauper is?
I do, luckily.
Okay.
Luckily.
Okay. So she actually made a lot of waves with WWE back in the day around the first WrestleManias, and she reacts to getting her first ever WWE live action figure doll as part of the new Mattel set. And if you're aware, she was really popular in the 80s and all of that good stuff. Any thoughts on this? Now, 40 years later, that has finally changed. PW Insider reports that the Time After Time and Girls Just Want to Have Fun singer has received her first WWE action figure as a part of a Mattel set featuring Lauper, Captain Lou Albino, and Roddy Piper, and so many more. And that's going to be, they talked about it this Wednesday. So any thoughts on this?
I'm kind of shocked that it's like now happening, honestly.
Right.
Because I feel like she was such like a big pop, crossing over pop and like wrestling type of thing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of would have thought like she would have had one like a long time ago. It is cool, and like seeing the video with her reaction, I was like, oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, it is. It's strange to think because action figures was, and I guess still is, so popular that and she had such a big part in women's wrestling in particular during that time, especially since women's wrestling was so limited at that time. And she was a big pop star, and she was so huge in the music industry that it's like, why did you guys did somebody's like, oh, maybe let's circle back to this 20 years later. So just, definitely congratulations to her. And definitely, I mean, might as well get your flowers now versus never at all.
Literally.
Yeah, for sure. Also, let's talk about Rhea Ripley. So they just recently changed. Rhea Ripley's injury leads to WWE Night of Champions change. Now it appears that her knee injury is going to keep Rhea Ripley from competing at Night of Champions later on in the month. And I know she's been struggling here and there with it, but what do you think as far as her replacement and how that's going to impact the rest of her storyline for the next couple of weeks?
It's tricky, right? Because you have the Queen of the Ring tournament, and I feel like I'm biased. I don't really think Liv Morgan should be in the tournament right now because it's like, hey, you have a title. I'm sorry.
Okay,
she has a belt. And I wanted Raquel to win. So I'm kind of,
yes.
But I'm kind of like, I feel like they would maybe go the route of Charlotte and Rhea, but if Rhea is still injured around that time, it's kind of like, well, what do you do, It's like, do you have Rhea vacate the championship or do they go another route type of thing?
See, I feel like with those situations when somebody gets hurt, because it's always a case by case. It's like somebody gets hurt and they're like, oh, we're just giving away. Yeah, we're vacating the championship, or somebody gets hurt and we just wait until they get better.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure there's probably stuff behind the scenes that we just don't know. It's like, okay, yeah, the doctor's like, yeah, nah, they're going to be out for 6 months. Might as well do this now. Or, nah, they should be back. Like, I feel like it's those type of conversations. If it's not, then, what are y'all doing? But yeah, so do you think that should be the case for her? Or what do you think should happen for Rhea?
I feel like if Rhea is not going to be cleared within like the next 6 months, I think it's best to give the title up, I would say. And when she comes back, you get the whole I want my belt back type of situation.
Right.
I feel like going into a pay-per-view, especially SummerSlam, you kind of would expect that championship to have someone defending it. Or they could have something where maybe they crown the new champion at SummerSlam. If so, I don't know. It's tricky. Like you said, definitely case by case for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because I feel like if you're like Rhea, Seth, Roman, and probably a handful of others, if you get injured, you kind of always feel like, all right, I'll be back in the game and I'll be back in the title picture for sure. And with some other folks, it's just like, yeah, I had this chance and I got injured and I probably won't see this chance again, which is it's the nature of the beast and it's unfortunate. But I think with Rhea, I think she's really falling in the steps as far as Charlotte Flair. Like when Charlotte eventually retires or, goes more on, I call it the Roman contract where it's like, and I think she pretty much is. Like you see her and then she's gone for 6 months and then you see her again. And then she'll kind of become like break glass in case of emergency situation. I feel like that's where Rhea's gonna fill in too, where it's eventually like they're gonna keep calling her, and this is not the last time we see her again. If there's any type of emergency, insert Rhea into the picture. So definitely, both are saying Rhea's injury is why I said they should have always they should always be house shows. Not getting reps hurts.
I can see that.
I could see that, but what do you get injured in the house? Because I find somebody told me as a wrestler, when you do a house show, you actually and I've actually witnessed it. The house shows are a little bit because the cameras are not always there, not always on and in position. I've actually witnessed it where they take more risks because there's something new that they want to try, and so I feel like that's actually a possible time for getting injured, but maybe not. I don't know. So.
I was wondering, is it a thing where it's people think they're not really working out as much, maybe if they're not doing the house shows type of thing? So it's you're not really using your muscles as much, but I feel like they probably do still work out. I would hope. Yeah. I don't know.
I think so. I don't know. I think, okay, so here's a theory, and for y'all who are actual wrestlers, let me know. But for instance, I used to run track, right? And we have all these people who train and we did our reps and all this other stuff. But, and I was actually telling my friend this, he was the most handsomest guy on the track team. But we used to call him practice champ because he looked great during practice. And then when he got on the field for competition, he just didn't show up. So I feel like no matter, right. We said behind his back. But you know, I feel like no matter if you get the reps, it's a different type of reps, like in
Mhm.
front of an audience and TV, etc. So I don't know if the balance.
Mm,
It's like, oh yeah, get your reps, but does it,
mhm.
count towards television versus getting your reps in front of television? I don't know.
Mhm.
No, producer from our future, producer from the future, Dylan. No, we have not done the preview yet, so you've come just in time. However, you might want to clip the first clip because we did talk about the mayor. It is his birthday tomorrow, so you can go ahead and clip that if you would like. We did a pre-birthday, and we also told people to DM him and suggest what streets he should go to, and all the things. So yes, with that being said, definitely shout to Rhea. Hope for a speedy recovery for her. Let's talk about Simone Johnson, Ava Rain, for some of you guys who are, because these wrestlers' names sometimes it's just like, wait, who's what? You changed your name to
Same.
what? And then it was this. And so
Mhm.
Simone, I wonder if they call her, because I was really gonna say Simone the Rock Johnson.
It's the same thing, kind of. I get where you're going with
Right?
it. At least I get it.
I feel like I would be annoyed if people say that, but it is what it is. Simone Johnson, as you know, the Rock's daughter, she spent 6 years in WWE. This is according to Wrestling. WWE first as an in-ring competitor, and then the youngest general manager, which I felt. Let me know, Keisha, if you felt the same way too. She's a really great general. She grew into the role. When she first
Yeah.
started, it was just like, I don't know if this can work, and then before she left, she kind of like it perfected it. So she then left. She then put out a tweet that said, F the current administration, etc. And then we hadn't seen her since. She has since did an interview, and she pretty much said there wasn't one particular thing as to why she left. It was a lot of things, and something that was on my mind for a while. I'm so grateful for my time at WWE. I wouldn't change it for the world. I got to live out a dream that little me always wanted to do, but I think it was time for something new. It was time for something different. So Johnson said she doesn't regret leaving WWE, and she's happy now where she is. And she also explained that her most recent Instagram post came when she announced her departure, and like we haven't heard from her since. So she's happy doing whatever she's doing. Although, fun fact, if you guys don't know, if you haven't watched LFG, Tatiana Dumas, which is her girlfriend, she got cut a couple weeks after, and they are still together. Because I had to do a quick little Google search because I'm nosy like that. They're still together. They have a whole Instagram page together. They travel. They do all the things. So definitely congratulations to them. Dylan saying Dwayne will be here next week, and live action Moana in Australia. Ooh, okay. Are you gonna go? Let me know. So any thoughts on Simone, Keish?
I honestly, I don't know her life, of course. I could see why she would want to leave, because I feel like personally it's probably a lot of pressure coming into that role, and The Rock of all people is your dad. People automatically put labels, I'm sure, and I've kind of seen it online. It's just how you said too, when she first came in, you could kind of be like, I don't know, because I felt the same way. And then she slowly came into it. And I would say a lot of bad comments about her and her personality, but I think people tied that to her dad. Her dad's The Rock. So it becomes one of those things of, hey, you're not yelling at us and calling us jabronis like your dad did. And people weren't making that connection. And I definitely could see why that may have been a lot of pressure for her. I like the segment, so when her and Blake Monroe before she left, I feel like that showcased her personality a lot better for sure. But I could see why it's pressure. Oh, you're muted.
Bosa saying she was another kid or kind of talent that was set up to be a success, but didn't live up to the hype. I think she would have eventually lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
I think if given the time, and I don't want to say she actually wanted it. She was there for 6 years. When she was in Schism, it didn't really like work for her. I think they missed the opportunity. Now I think about this, and it's another rant about the bloodline. Missed opportunity with the bloodline.
Yep. It's right there. It's right there.
It's even as manager, missed opportunity of the bloodline. She could have they're like, we all know who her father is. It could have been, she could have been an extension of him. Like, there are so many things, and maybe she didn't want to do that. However, it's like, you can't escape it.
Yep.
So like, and we're never going to get that, because it's for her, it really definitely seems like she's not coming back. She's like, I'm good, I'm out, I did my bid, I've done it, I'm good.
Do you know like what she's doing now, or she's just like off the face of the earth type of thing?
I mean, looking at her Instagram, it looks like she's in love. So, you know, yay for love. I'm going to tell you what account it is. It's called Big Ups Official on Instagram. And so her and Tatiana have, we're going to actually go and give them a follow. Her and Tatiana have, it's a arts and entertainment kind of thing. It looks like they're traveling a lot. They're doing different things. They're doing a lot of wine tasting. Looks like they're traveling the world. So I don't know if that's what they're like. It looks like what they're doing, but you know, Instagram and social media, how it plays out. Like,
yeah,
you know, this could be literally a percentage of what they're doing compared to everything else. So, yeah, Big Ups Official. You can check it out. It says 2 souls, 1 story, exploring life. Like that, like it's a main event every Wednesday an episode drops. So it looks like they have TikTok too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and check out this TikTok real quick and give you this is how I do part of the research. Yeah, so yeah, the TikTok has more stories. Looks like they do some stuff with horses and they love animals. So and 5 things we learned as BBBs. I don't know what that is. Now I have to go and research this. Anyways, go and check out the page. Go and check out their page to see what it's all about. But yeah, I definitely feel like a couple of things. One, I think even before she got to NXT, everybody was hoping for it to happen anyway. So she did it. It could have been other things. I wonder, because she said the reason she left was a bunch of things. And I can only imagine, you know, like you were saying, being The Rock's daughter, and then also dealing with all the changes, because the changes with TKO and Endeavor happened under her, you know, or while they were over her, and all the things in NXT. And, you know, I'm sure there was things that that they asked of her, or things she saw that she's like, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I'm here, etc. And then, you know, now she's free. And I think it doesn't help either that she was seeing her girlfriend at work, and then I believe her girlfriend got cut before her. I don't know. Quote me. Let me know, Bosa. Her girlfriend got cut before her, and then it's just like, now I can't see my favorite person. I'm good. I mean, the beauty of being able to quit a job and not worry financially is not
literally
for. Yeah, it's everybody doesn't have that opportunity. So good for her that you're like, nah, I'm good. Bosa saying, yeah, her girlfriend was on LFG for 2 cycles. What's advancing got let go after cycle 2. Yeah, Tatiana, she was trying, she was competitive. She just, I don't know what it is. There was something missing about her. And I couldn't put my finger on it. And it's like, obviously, like, not everybody could be a wrestler. There's something missing about her that just didn't, like, I think of, do you remember Aaliyah from NXT? She was in NXT for almost like 8 years. Like, there was just something about her that just, like, she had it, but there was something missing, and there's just something that was just not connecting that, you know, made the other thing is. So, yeah, so, you know, congratulations to her, congratulations on love, all of that good stuff. Now, Dylan, we're going to do the AEW preview. If you guys do want to see, we will be having our watch along and post show later today with Courtney, so definitely check that out. So for the previews, AEW Dynamite preview, MJF and Mark Briscoe pick Forbidden Door teams and meet in a 12-man tag. Oh my gosh, Hazuki versus Mercedes Moné in the Owen Cup semifinals and more. So all that's happening tonight in Sugarland, Texas. Ooh, Sugarland, Texas at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Right? Like, where do you live? I live in Sugarland. Oh, okay. 8 p.m.
I would say it just like that.
Right. I live in Sugarland. What do you do for a job? Don't worry about it. I live in Sugarland. 7 p.m. Central Time on TBS and HBO Max. So AEW Forbidden Door is 11 days away, but there's plenty to handle before we get there, including some big decisions that need to be made. So like I was saying, we have MJF and Briscoe with they pick their teams for Forbidden Door, the 6-on-6 steel cage match, and meet in a 12-man tag. Okay. We have the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament semifinal. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, face to face, and so much more happening for tonight. Now, if you are like, I don't want to watch it by myself, I need somebody to watch it with, come back to WWT. Courtney will be doing the watch along and post show and give you all the details that you need, because clearly I haven't watched AEW. I apologize. I'm sorry in a while because life is laughing, but that doesn't mean I don't want to.
What's a while?
I think I did it. So what I do sometimes, I'll watch a bunch of shows back to back. So I think I watched a bunch of AEW shows back to back, either after WrestleMania. Because what happens is after WrestleMania, I get this surge of, I want to see everything. And then I'll watch, I watch AEW, I watch WoW, I watch NWA, I watch a whole bunch of stuff. And then it's like, oh, life happens. And now I am, working 3 jobs and doing everything else. And, Courtney is going to give me Courtney will give me the details, because I do want to watch Collision too. And you know what I really want to watch? Ring of Honor. I have the subscription.
I haven't watched that.
It's so, I actually prefer Ring of Honor because they have some promos that are absolutely crazy. And the commentary team, I don't know if it's one of those things because they know there's not as many people watching that they say the most outlandish things, or that's just who they are. But those are the things that I would love to watch. I wish I had time to watch it on a regular basis, but unfortunately, I am not the Rock's daughter and just can't quit my job, unfortunately.
She's living the dream.
She's living the dream.
She's living the dream.
Dylan saying, said will be living in Sugarland this. Oh, let me just screenshot that and send that to him in the group text, just because I want to. Said will be pounding the streets in Sugarland, Texas. So that's the AEW preview. All right, so let's get into all this TNA news. So Tommy Dreamer, he parts ways with TNA. Actually, first, let's start with the good news. Good news, according to Denise Salcedo. Did I not put this up there? Oh, yeah. Tasha Steelz re-signs with TNA. So this happened as a lawyer. So have you been watching TNA, Keish?
I watch clips, or like if other people kind of talk about it, I'll kind of like live through that. But I think it's like how you were saying with like just it's a lot, especially like just WWE alone. Like you're all over the place. You're watching like 80 things a week. But I want to watch Slammiversary though. I do want to watch that.
Yes, I think we will be having watch along. So you're more than, if you have the time, more than invited to hop in with us and watch it all and all that good stuff. So Tasha, so we got actually definitely go and check out. We did a couple of interviews with her in the past, so definitely go and check that out. So she's a trusted member of the Order 4, a former Knockouts World Champion and 2 Tag Knockouts World Tag Team. When her and Kiera Hogan were Tag Team Champions, like some of the stuff is like Knockouts, just perfection. So I'm, they're rebuilding it, but there was a time where the TNA Knockouts, like everything. So she has re-signed. She's also going to be appearing on Slammiversary as well. So definitely congratulations to her. I'm always about people, re-upping on their jobs. But that turned out to be the great news. And then what was it, like great news and then it went downhill, or was it bad news then great news and then I don't know how it all played out, but that was followed by, according to my timeline, followed by a bunch of people not just getting let go, is they were leaving. And that's the part that's a little bit more, I don't want to say disturbing, but like, if I could raise that one eyebrow, that's where I raise one eyebrow. One of the people is Tommy Dreamer. He parts ways with TNA Wrestling. So obviously he made the announcement on Busted Open, saying it was a mutual decision. He said that all relationships come to an end. I had a great conversation with Carlos Silva. Me and TNA are no longer in a relationship. We mutually agreed to part ways. It's hard. I've given it so much of my life to the company. I don't have any ill will or malice. I wanted to survive and be the best I can be. It was a 24-hour job, and I had it for 10 years. Everything comes to an end. I know I'll be okay. I hope TNA will be okay. There are no issues or malice at this time. We just need to take a break. It's funny when people do that, like say that stuff. It's like, yeah, but what you really saying? So any thoughts on this? What do you think?
I don't even know, because it's literally like you said, it's just like uphill, downhill, because it's literally like the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's just like, okay, hey, I'm leaving TNA. Wait, I'm leaving TNA too. And it's like, what is going on? Like all in one time. And Tommy Dreamer, like the way he worded it, it kind of sounded like he didn't really want to, maybe, type of thing. Because he's just like, it's really hard. I mean, it could be hard because he's been there a while, but I'm curious if like other factors happen that caused him to want to leave instead of him just naturally wanting to go.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, being in the entertainment industry for this long, I feel like when you make decisions like this, it's one of two things. Either you have something in the chamber, like a better opportunity that's kind of there, or the company has just gone so different from where you are that it's just like, I can't even work here. The fact that he said it's a 24-hour job, which I believe with any wrestling promotion, like pretty much coming up and working with other wrestling promotions, it's like some days are just like, wait, everything is just blowing up and you don't have that time. So, the work-life balance, yeah, but again, if you've been doing, that's just kind of like telling me, who has been having multiple jobs for years and always, like, even on my days off, I'm scheduling stuff. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this and this and that. Then telling me, like, we're not going to do anything today. And I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. So why I say that is being a wrestler, and for Tommy being a wrestler for so long and being in the wrestling business for so long, to walk away from TNA, it's just like, and saying it was a 24-hour job, it's just like, okay. And I'm sure there's more that he's not going to say because he's a professional. So, all we can really say is thank you for your service, and we wish you the best. We're looking forward to all the other good things that are going to come your way. Bosa saying he was there for 16 years, first as talent, then as office. Yeah, I mean, I suspect other things, but we're gonna go down the list of other people who have left. So pro wrestling star Tessa Blanchard also parts way with TNA. So this is I think the combination is where, and then we also had people part ways a couple weeks ago as well. So I think the combination of people parting ways and walking away versus getting released, that's where we're just like, what's going on? So Blanchard, she's ranked number 92 on Pro Wrestling Illustrated last year, rejoined TNA in 2024. And she just calls it quits. Now she has left wrestling in the past. If you guys are familiar with Tessa and all the things, the ups and downs of her career, there was a moment where she was out of wrestling completely. Then we saw her wrestling. I did see something. I'm not sure if it's quite accurate, but I did see something cross my timeline that said she's putting down the wrestling boots for good. I'm not sure. Yeah, I had to definitely check that out. But any thoughts on this?
Again, it's odd because again, it's like you're saying, people aren't being released. If it's like a TKO thing where people are just released willy-nilly, then it's like, okay, like I don't agree with all these. It's kind of crazy. But with this situation, it's just like, okay, bye. And it's just like, what is going on for and it's people that I don't even expect. I can see if it's people that aren't being utilized or aren't really happy, with their like being on television type of thing. But it's people that you really don't expect. Like Tommy Dreamer really again, is shocking because it's like, whoa, what happened? We're missing the meat and potatoes part of it type of thing.
Right. Yeah, because the thing too that was odd about that article with Tessa was that she requested. It wasn't even like her contract was out and she didn't want to resign. According to, so this one's on Fox Sports. So according to this one, it said Tessa Blanchard requested her release from TNA on Tuesday and it was granted. So it's just kind of like, yeah, again, well, what's really going on? It's one of those, I don't know if you've been, if you work for not if you work with places, you worked and you kind of get, I love the behind the scenes tea. I love to know how the sausage is made and all this other stuff. So it's just like, oh, and I know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's like, I wish I knew what's going on because then it would make sense, because none of this makes sense. Oh, wow. I am in an undisclosed place that said, and if you actually listen to the show before, which Dylan's going to post, we actually shouted out your birthday, which is happening tomorrow. So we're being nice. So you be nice too. I'm just saying. Yeah. So yeah, when you say it's like a mutual thing, it's just like, again, and it's almost like, the same thing we were talking about with Simone. She decided to leave after 6 years. And then now I'm thinking about that, she left and we kind of haven't seen The Rock since. So maybe there's a we can throw so many conspiracy theories to this. Both are saying I can see Tessa appearing. Yeah, can you see Tessa at AEW?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it would be a good fit as well, because I feel like the AEW women's division, it's not bad. I feel like if they kind of got pushed a little more, it could really be top tier though. Because they have all the potential in the world.
And CMLL is adjacent or kind of partnered with AEW as well, and Tessa has been working with them. Both are saying Tessa picked CMLL because she was getting booked more there. TNA wasn't really using her. I wonder too, when TNA came to Los Angeles, I want to say maybe 2 years ago, she got booed heavily. And if you are familiar with LA and the makeup of LA, you would know why she gets booed. It would be the equivalent of Hulk Hogan coming to LA and him getting booed in the past. But I feel like CMLL and even AEW, she wouldn't get that. And I feel like they've died. The boos have died out. That was when she first got signed, because I think they said 2024 she came back to TNA. So that's about right. So about 2 years ago. So I think that doesn't have to do with it. But I am wondering her marketability and if a lot of people still really care about the past and all the in air quotes issues she had. But we wish her the best, because I don't want anybody to starve and not get any money. It seems like she's good. She just went somewhere else. She took her talents to other places. But
I agree. I could see her Forbidden Door. I feel like AEW, they like to do that a lot. It's just like, hey, look who we have now, bam. And I feel like that kind of sets up, especially if she's going to be in CMLL, permanently, it sets up with the concept of Forbidden Door, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the thing too with that is, yeah, I don't necessarily. I remember you're right. At one point, it just saying when somebody got released from WWE, you're going to see them on AEW. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I can see Tessa at AEW in AEW.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that. Also saying, yeah, I could see her getting a dual contract. That might actually really work out for her, because I think that's more. I could see a storyline popping with her and so many different things. So now that we workshop this, I feel like her stepping away, that made sense. Tommy, on the other hand, what's going on there?
Side eye.
Yeah, side eye. And you know what, Tommy, you could tell me. I won't tell anybody. I just am nosy.
Thank you, promise.
I just want to know what's going on. But we also have, if we hop over to, have you been able to watch Evolve at all? I wonder if you're in the same boat as me.
No, that's another thing. I gotta get my life together. I'm gonna try to get my life together at some point.
I don't know if you can get it together to watch all this wrestling. Like when you think about it, so you have Monday Night Raw, that's 3 hours. You have NXT, that's 2 hours. You have AEW Dynamite. Was that 2 hours or 3 hours? I think it's 2 hours. Then you have.
It depends on how they feel that day.
So it's 3 hours. Then you have ROH and TNA on Thursday. Then you have SmackDown, and then you have Collision. And that doesn't even include NWA, OVW, WOW. Who else are we missing? CMLL.
Pay-per-views. Every other weekend, kind of.
We're now at 20 plus hours easily a week. That's
did you see yet? Yeah, for next weekend is loaded. It's like Slammiversary's that Sunday at 4, and then Great American Bash for NXT is at 7, and Forbidden Doors at like 8, but technically 7 because they're gonna have a pre-show. And then Night of Champions is that Saturday, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No breaks.
No breaks. Like, what else do you like? Can you watch anything else? Where does everybody else have the time? I don't know. Please tell me. Yeah, I don't know. Bosa saying, considering they are in the middle of qualifying matches for the women's TV title match on July 1st, if the fake TK wasn't holy shit moment, put Tessa in the qualifier and have her win the 6-pack. I like that theory, Bosa. I like that theory.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea at all. Another theory, which again, another terrible segue, is to check out the Women's Wrestling Archive.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's gonna pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
There we go. Definitely going to support for sure. We're slowly making our way. There's 20 plus hours of wrestling. There's 20 plus hours of so many other things. So we're slowly getting all the tweaks done for the site. So definitely something that you should check out. So we have Evolve, and now you said that you haven't been able to watch it as well, right? Correct?
One day, I'll make my way. One day. One day, I will make my way into Evolve. Because again, 20 plus hours of wrestling, or 30, kind of in a way. Because you have Monday Night Raw, which is about 2.5 hours, and then you have NXT, and then you have Collision. I need to watch Collision too.
Oh yeah, That as well. I definitely need to watch Evolve. One of my mentors, Chewy Martinez, excuse me, has been the host on there. So I've been like, I'm gonna watch it, and I haven't yet. But another person, speaking of departing, Evolve's Masyn Holiday departs from WWE. Holiday has changed her Instagram back to her real name, and she decided on her own terms to depart from WWE. Which again, it's like one of those things where everything is not for everybody, which I get, but WWE is such a massive opportunity. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you feel like you weren't gonna like make the cut? Did you feel like it wasn't for you? Longevity wise, like WWE is almost like any type of entertainment thing, like meaning that football, for instance, there's only a certain amount of people who, you know, transition from flag football as a kid to high school to college, all this other stuff. Then you get to NFL and you might get 2.5, 3 years of playing time. Like, do you see the writing on the wall or all that other stuff? So like so many things, or do you stick it out? So many things with WWE. Keish, did you like freeze on me? I feel like or did I freeze on you? Let me know if you guys can hear me. So I don't know if I'm frozen or Keisha's frozen. Okay, it was Keisha. So yeah, like I said, there's just so many different things as far as where WWE is. Okay, thanks, Bosa. Because I was like, she was like smiling, and I was like, that's a real like solid smile for like 30 plus seconds. Oh, there she is. There you go. At least when you froze, like you had such a pleasant face on, because you were just like, and I'm like, are you frozen? I don't know.
No, because it just kept spinning, and then yours was spinning, and I was like, can she see me? Can she not see me?
You gotta love the internet. It's the best and the worst all at the same time.
God.
But yeah, like I was saying, to part ways with WWE and TNA, because there's so many people vying for those opportunities. Like, I know a few wrestlers that have been trying to make it work for, you know, 10, 15 years, like just to even get on any of those platforms. And we also know that, you know, there's a lot of politics involved in wrestling. But it just, like, when do you, like, I would love to, like, I love people like getting into people's minds, because at what point that you're like, nah, I'm good, I'm gonna move into something else? Or what point do you stick it out?
That's a good question, because I think for me personally, like when I used to watch wrestling when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want to do that. But now it's like, why would I do that type of thing? Because I know like my limits type of thing. Like, I'm not gonna run the ropes and drop, you know what I mean? Like a leg drop and do all of these things right now, realistically. So like, I wonder if like, yeah, I wonder if maybe it's a thing where people have like that idea. Because I think a lot of people growing up, it's like, hey, I want to wrestle. And then they get in the ring and it's like, oh, I don't want to wrestle. So I wonder if they like see it's more than what they think it is. And they're like, I'm good.
Yeah. Bosa with some breaking news. So it's crazy what's going on in TNA. 14 talent and 2 producers leaving in 3 months. Sami Callihan, who was a producer, also left today. So
I think let's find out stuff.
Yeah, we either will find out soon or we won't find out at all. So let's, you know, take Tessa out of the picture. It seems like Tessa already had, and remember I was saying there's usually 2 things. You either have something burning somewhere else, or you're like the company is doing things that you're like, I can't get down with this. Especially if they're giving all your time. So yeah, and we talked about it offline that it might have to do with TKO and Endeavor as well. So yeah, like 14 talents walking away. I mean, I'm not for people getting let go, but it speaks a lot when you're like, I'm getting a check from you, but I also don't want the check from you. I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of crazy things probably behind the scenes, because it's weird that they're doing it on their own. Like the TKO stuff, it's like they're doing it, you know, and there's pay cuts and we find out why. But this, for everyone to just be like, I don't want to do this, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I do, for nosy purposes, want to know what in the world is going on. However, if you are a company, I think we talked about it maybe last week or something like that. I remember if you are a company, any company, they usually typically have, if you actually read your contract and it's a good contract, they typically have like an NDA clause in there. So you can only say so much. So if that's the case, and I'm pretty sure that is, because TNA is not like something to sneeze at as far as the company I'm working for, then, you know, we won't hear the real details with that. So it's unfortunate for me, but you know, as with everything, as with sports, as with entertainment, as we've seen, things move on, and there are plenty more people who want those opportunities. And I'm sure everybody that's left, the way wrestling is right now, everybody that's left, there's such a huge indie scene, social media, like there's so many things that you can utilize your time somewhere else to put in right now. So definitely, you know, hope the best for everybody. But with that being said, I think that was the last story for today. Is there anything that you think that we should discuss? I think that was this pretty decent news day today.
It was. I think something's gonna come out with TNA. It's too many people that are just like, damn, someone's gonna speak up. I feel it. Somebody's
gonna speak up, or somebody's gonna have a really good theory, and then it's gonna take off, and then everybody's gonna think that's what actually happened, and it's not really, because nobody fact checked it. And
You're right. I feel like it'll be something. Someone's gonna play like a long paragraph on Instagram. Tommy Dreamer's gonna heart it, and then they're gonna be like, "See, I was right.
See, that's what I told you. This is it." And it's like, did you? Because so even when I'm looking at stuff, like sometimes I get duped, and I'm like, wait. And then when I temptly dupe, I don't have the time to actually research. I'm like, okay, well, I can't look at it right now, so therefore it didn't happen until I look at it. So we'll see. We will see what happens. But like I said before, we started off with the show with a happy birthday. We will end the show with a happy birthday. Go to Says' Instagram and social media and bombard him with birthday shenanigans, all things Pound Town, if you want to do that as well. But yeah, that is it for today. Keish, where can everybody find you?
Everyone can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Wrestling with Keish, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. My name is TK. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. If you want to hear random stories of certain things that I do, go and follow me on my TikTok, because some of those stories, oh my gosh. But
I'm coming over.
Yeah. I have this one, if you scroll down about this, be on the airplane and the guy took his shoes off and they're sticky feet. Oh my God.
What?
Yes. Because I'm like, sometimes I feel like, you know, what show is it? The Truman Show? Sometimes I look around and I'm like, there has to be a camera somewhere, because there's no way. There's no way that this is happening right now. But yeah, you can check me out on social media at TK Trinidad. We are going to be dropping all the interviews from Pound Town Wrestling as well. So that Ariane interview just dropped. We have a wrap-up video that's going to be dropping on later on today as well. And then keep it locked to WWETalkPod.com. A whole bunch of articles are dropping too. So all delicious goodness. And then come back an hour from now to watch Courtney with the AEW Dynamite watch along and post show. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, producer from the future. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Bosa. Thank you, Eric. Everybody chiming in. We really, really appreciate you all. And thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.